Everyone, good morning. It's Jenny Layton with the Happy Gal. I just thought I would pop in this morning for our regular Facebook Live with some decluttering tips. So I sent some out last week and had a good response, and people wanted more. So yesterday in my newsletter I sent out another one, and today I just thought I'd recap a couple of those and then give you one other one that's pretty exclusive. I don't really share it with too many people because it's a part of my Get Organized Bootcamp program, but I'm just going to give you a little preview of it because it's pretty powerful. So Kelsey, it's good to see you on, and let's get started talking about these decluttering tips. Okay, you guys, so the number one issue that my followers have that everyone tells me about is the clutter drives them crazy. It's on the surfaces, it's in junky drawers, it multiplies overnight. So how do we get rid of the clutter? Well, there's a couple of tips I want to share that are actually more preventative, and then we'll talk about a tip that is something that you can do about the clutter that is already in your home right now. We'll talk about those first two first though. So the first one is a concept that I call, okay, buckle up, this is kind of a mouthful, conscious consumerism. Okay, what does that mean? It means that when you're in that checkout line at Target and you look in your shopping cart and there's all that stuff, or when you're online in Amazon, just before you hit purchase, take a look at everything that's in your shopping cart and ask yourself, am I really going to use this? Do I know where I'm going to keep it? Or do I already have something like this that's pretty similar? When you ask yourself those kinds of questions, it's easy to all of a sudden see that maybe a few of those things you could put back, and then you don't have as much stuff that you're dealing with. If you think about it, we're always bringing stuff in. It's a lot harder to get it back out. So be careful about what you bring in the first place, and it'll save you a little bit of money too, help you organize your finances. All right, so that's the first tip, is conscious consumerism. Maybe I'll put that in the comments on this video so you can remember that. Okay, the second one is one I bet you've heard me talk about before, and it's called FIFO, F-I-F-O, first in, first out. Okay, so that's a term that we use in accounting, but we think it works really well with organizing your stuff too, because again, as you're bringing stuff in, it's pretty hard to get stuff back out. So the first one in means if you've gone shopping and you've gotten yourself a new pair of shoes, well, that's clearly the first thing that's coming into the house. But as you bring that into the house, what's the first thing that you can take out of the house? So what's that oldest pair of shoes that you don't wear anymore? And can you try to keep the balance there, that the amount of stuff coming in, then we balance it with the amount of stuff coming out. So that's a really good practice. Anytime you go shopping or get your kids new toys or buy anything new for the house, how can you keep that balance there so you're not getting too much stuff? Okay, the third tip that I want to share, and this is a good one, you guys, and it's a little hint of some of the work that we do in the Get Organized Bootcamp. I haven't shared it outside of Bootcamp before, but I'm going to share it with you today because it's so good. All right, you know how you just have stuff everywhere, like on your counters and your closets full of stuff, and maybe your nightstand or your dresser or your bathroom drawers just full of so much stuff? And it's overwhelming to try to get rid of it because it seems like it just has to be a big project. So I've come up with this system that I call Clutter Busters, and check it out. Clutter Busters is just a 2 to 3 minute little window where you just declutter 10 things. So let me tell you what Clutter Busters isn't so we can be clear. And then we can talk a little more about what it is. Clutter Busters is not an all-out organizing session. It's not a time when you are thoroughly going through a space and you don't have to worry about containers or labels, so the pressure is off. What Clutter Busters is a 2 to 3 minute session where you focus on one little spot and you get rid of 10 things. The object is get those 10 things out of your house. So if you think about it, if you can do 2 to 3 minutes of clutter busting a day, and you do that every day for the week, you are getting rid of 70 things in your home, and really there's not much effort put into that. That's a really serious way to start to attack the clutter that's in your house. So that's a great system. We're seeing tons of success with that in boot camp. I should post some pictures for you to see. All right, so those are 3 tips. I'm actually going to go share those on Fresh Living today. So you can watch that on KUTV2 channel 2 at 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. So those are some fun tips. But if you want more tips on clutter, because I recognize tips get us started, but there's so much more to it, and I've got some fabulous systems I'd love to share with you. I'm actually speaking in an online mom conference this weekend, and you guys, This is my favorite conference of the year. It is so well done. The host, Desi and Lauren, they are amazing. And the experts that they bring in are incredible. They're really trusted sources that can teach you things like how to get your kids to listen to you, which is a big one for moms, how to help them not be picky when they eat, how to have better relationships with them, how to not be overwhelmed with clutter, which is what I'll be talking about, as well as some of those sticky issues with kids, like, you know, those hard ones like anxiety and depression. How do you deal with that? Or I think a big one is screen time with your kids. So this free conference is addressing all of that. And I love online conferences. I love that I can stay home, I can drive in my car, I can listen to it like a podcast. So this weekend is when it's happening. I've got the link for your free pass if you want to grab that in the notes for this video. But if you want to hear more tips on clutter, that's a really great place to look, as well as seeing a whole bunch of other great interviews from other parenting experts that are just really phenomenal. So excited to share that with you. And I just love popping on and seeing you guys every week. I love sharing these tips with you because, you guys, it's all about getting organized. And I want you to think outside the box of what getting organized is. It's not just containers and labels, though we love them. Getting organized is about being free. And I'm seeing this in my boot camp and in my Life Organized programs. It's about getting free from the chaos, free from the clutter, so you are free to organize a life you love. And that, my friend, is powerful. So join me in getting organized. Try these decluttering tips. Go get your free pass to the mom conference, and I'll tell you some more, and we'll connect next week. All right, everyone, have a good day.